At the Nasrec Expo Center in Johannesburg. More than 3,000 delegates have gathered to deliberate on policies intended to impact on South Africa as a country. Today, the event enters its third day, and for more on this, we cross to SABC News reporter Aldrin Sampear, and they are joined by Edna Molewa, who's the head of international relations for the ANC. Very good morning to you, Aldrin.
Yes, good morning. It's day 3 of the policy conference, about to get underway a bit later on, and various commissions will be sitting. And right now, as you've indicated, I'm joined by Edna Molewa, Minister, as well as the head of the ANC's International Relations Subcommittee. Mayor, just a quick one. Looking at the discussions over the past 2 days, how would you describe it?
I think the conference is going on very well. Everybody says that. I do confirm that. Indeed, we started with the commissions yesterday. After the tabling of the strategy and tactics, as well as the organizational renewal, including the diagnostic report. Where we are at this point in time is that we started yesterday in the discussions in the commissions. So specifically for our international relations, we are sitting in Commission 10 to also listen to what comes out of the strategy and tactics, as you recall. There are elements of the analysis of the balance of forces internationally and nationally. So we're listening very carefully, but also participating to what comes out, what could actually help us shape the international relations sectoral report or commission when it starts. Within the context of organizational renewal as well, what happens in the country, in the African National Congress, will also inform how we shape our international relations aspects. For instance, when the balance of forces are confirmed to be as they are right now, as we diagnose them to be or analyze them to be much more of very shifting a situation and all the time shifting, and the various other countries' emergence of the elements of right-wing, much more left-wingers, what do we do as a country and how do we react for us to be able to contain the situation at home, to continue to create jobs and so forth and so forth? What is it that we should do? So what then we're going to do is that tomorrow, when the sectoral commission starts, in particular, we'll dissect those issues so that we are ready for some kind of inclusion or them informing our meeting of tomorrow. Quite exciting indeed.
Just quickly, 2 issues that I'd like to touch on very, very quickly. President Jacob Zuma, in his opening report, spoke about the ICC and the decision that the ANC has taken, the ANC-led government. He says it's a matter of principle that the ANC and the ANC-led government has decided to withdraw, and of course they're following now the procedures after the South Gauteng or the North Gauteng High Court ruling. However, though, he raises a concern that as a bloc in SADC, that SADC has not decided to withdraw, and we know that Botswana, for instance, have raised their concerns with regards to that.
Well, we are actually, remember, a sovereign country. What we said right at the beginning at NGC, let me start by saying that the decision of withdrawal from the ICC court has been taken by the National General Council. We, as the structure here, and even this policy conference, by the way, would have to wait for any kind of a change, if it does come, at a national conference, elective conference of December 2017. So nothing has changed, and this is the reason why President says the decision still stands, and in fact, that is a principal decision. So we are going ahead to implement this decision and, of course, rectifying the procedural defects that actually happened in Parliament. Regarding the continental issue, it was not a decision that says if the continent does not move, South Africa will not move. That's why I started by saying we are a sovereign country. And there are reasons why we actually took this decision. We were all along not understanding why this court of justice is not having justice. So justice must be done even at this court. That's a very serious principle. Nobody in the real big countries, the developed countries, gets taken there. It's only the other leaders who get taken. Until such time that we see that happening, justice really happening, we'll have respect for that. But also the fact that you actually had here at home a situation which was putting us at odds and awkward situation with the continental leadership itself when the Sudanese president was here. We have been asking that let's amend the statutes, let them allow people who are presidents who are not visitors of South Africa, but visitors of the AU to get that immunity. So the statutes issue, the Rome statutes, they are still a problem. And that's the reason why we said, let those amended. And they are not willing to budge on that fact.
Just in a few seconds, do you think that the ANC-led government is losing its influence on the continent and international as well? Speaking just quickly about the issue of the people of South Sahrawi, they still feel that they haven't received freedom. However, though, the discussions around Morocco being invited back into the AU, they've succeeded on that front.
No, we are actually campaigning. We still believe, again, on a principle basis. We don't believe that by virtue of Morocco having been accepted in the AU, that actually says South Africa has weakness. It doesn't. It has nothing to do with our strength or our weakness. As a matter of fact, we are still a big role player on the continent. From even starting by financing the AU itself to even participating and sponsoring discussions, we are still a role player there. But we must also say that if presidents felt that it's better to have Morocco inside, to have this discussion with them while they are inside. Nothing wrong with that. We have respect for that, although we do think that on a principle basis, again, we didn't need to defy our own statute that says Morocco should respect the boundaries of other people. Any country, statute says, any country that becomes a member of the AU must respect other people's boundaries. So that has actually been ignored to a large extent. Be that as it may, the horse has bolted. We look forward to having this discussion internal in the AU going forward. We have never been an enemy of Morocco. We have just been opposed to the actions of Morocco against Sahrawi.
My apologies, Minister. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. Quite a number of issues that I would have loved to touch with the Minister on, especially as well as our role as South Africa in terms of peace and stability missions on the continent. Pearl, it's back to you in studio.